hours later, what was the scene of a
to the
horrific
shooting death
crash
of
is now a
Georgetown
place to honor
Patrolman
and
Chad
remember
Spicer
the life
was
and
arrested in
career of
Sussex
Officer
County.
Matthew Tyner.
Officer Spicer was shot and killed in a traffic
Officer
stop.
Garrett Davis was
At
killed
the
in the
intersection
line
of
of duty
Six-year
on
veteran,
January
the force
21st.
was a lot of things
28-year-old
to a lot
died
of
after a
people.
truck
A
crashed
mother
into
to a
patrol
4-year-old son,
as they stopped
Ethan,
to help
a
the
fiance, a daughter, sister, and beloved
Maryland
friend.
police officer was killed in a crash while pursuing a vehicle on Interstate 95.
about the large
Authorities say
number
2
of police
officers
officers who have
vehicle
died in the line
matched
of
the
duty
description of a car involved in
And
a
sure
theft.
enough,
The
there
driver
were
lost
2
control
more
of the police
tragedies
cruiser and ran off the highway into a ditch.
Police officer Adrian Morris, a 2.5-year veteran.
Police officer shot in the head as she attempted to break up a fight between 2 groups of people.
And an Army veteran, the gunman in the incident, shot himself.
I became a law enforcement survivor on August 3rd, 1989. I was 22 years old when my 24-year-old husband was shot and killed. I've been married for 6 weeks, and I mean, nobody understood what I was going through.
On June 7th, 2002, I lost my best friend. He was killed during a high-speed chase.
And one of the bullets went underneath the driver's side window and just went directly into his side, and he died shortly after that.
My son was dispatched to the agency, and while en route, a truck had pulled out into the path of his squad.
Law enforcement officers put their lives on the line every day. And there are times when other people don't understand that. And my husband didn't have to do that, but he did it for his community.
I knew I was missing something, and I really, I was 26 years old. I had a 1-year-old daughter. I'm living this life as in this traumatic grief, and I wanted to speak to somebody else who basically spoke my language.
We're trying to help survivors rebuild their shattered lives. We also try to bring awareness to law enforcement agencies on victimization issues, and train them on how to handle a line-of-duty death and how to take care of the survivors.
I didn't know what the path was going to be, but I was going to find a way to make it to a spot in my life where things were going to be better. And I was not going to let, and I knew my husband didn't want me to let this horrible experience and tragedy ruin the rest of my life.
And I was looking for everything to hold on to, anything to hold on to. And all of a sudden, there was C.O.P.S. And it's one of those things where I've heard so often through C.O.P.S. where they say, just reach out your hand and we'll pull you up. And that is so true.
When they feel that there is no hope, that you can look and see somebody that's, 10 years out, 14 years out, 20-some years out, that yes, there is hope, and this organization is the start of hope.
Today we are doing the Ride4COPS event at the Colorado State Capitol for all the families of the fallen officers. They've lost 2 officers the past couple of months, one by a drunk driver, another one a female officer gunned down. They've lost 270 officers here in Colorado, and that means you've got mothers, fathers, husbands, wives, children, grandchildren, grandparents that have lost somebody, as well as the community that have lost one of their peacekeepers. So I'm here today to raise awareness for the dangers of law enforcement. People are kind of oblivious of it. They know there's danger, but they don't realize how many officers we lose protecting us. But I'm also here to raise support for the families of those officers. Let them know that we still care, we still remember, and find ways to bring support to them and to the wives and the children and the parents.
Beyond the money end of it, raising money for national C.O.P.S. and raising money for the local chapters, he brings such awareness. So what he has done is pretty amazing, because he cares. It's not just a matter of, well, I kind of need a tax deduction this year, and this looks like a good organization. He does this because he cares, and it's very, very obvious.
Our police officers are our home troops. They protect us day in, day out. They're the ones that make it so that we can drive down the street, go shopping, and for the most part, not worried about violence, not worried about somebody taking advantage of our families while we're away. And it's a very noble cause. Clearly, they don't do it for the money, and they're out there risking their lives every day to protect us. The officer's not as concerned about their own safety. They're concerned what happens to the family if they go down. That's a promise I've remembered, and that's a promise I'm trying to keep. In 2009, I decided to keep that promise. And I was going to look after the spouses, the husbands, the wives, look after the children, try to help the parents and the siblings. When an officer goes down, I'm going to try to find some way to give back to them. And I did my research, and I found an organization called Concerns of Police Survivors, known as C.O.P.S. Their sole mission is looking after the family of fallen officers. My mission is to ride this motorcycle to every state capitol, raising awareness for the dangers of law enforcement and raising support for the families that are left behind.